All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining this Salesforce Revenue Cloud Advanced Training Program. In this particular today's introduction, we are going to cover what all topics that we are going to cover today. And then in this particular training program, we'll tell you what all element of Revenue Cloud Advanced that we will cover in detail in the Revenue Cloud Advanced Training Program. So to start with the revenue generation lifecycle, as you know that in a Salesforce Sales Cloud, we do have your lead management, and after the lead management, we do have the customer 360-degree, and your opportunity get created after the lead conversion. And once we have gathered the proper requirement, we need to generate a code, and the code need to be approved internally. And after we have the internal approval from your pricing approval from the pricing team, product approval from the product team, and the legal approval from the legal team, and finance approval from the finance team. And then we send us what I call the code PDF document to the customer. And once the e-signature is being received, then we generate a contract for that purpose. And after the contract is being created and generated, we need to have a sign from the customers again, and then we need to send us a generate order. And then once we have generated an order, we do the fulfillment actually. And then after that, we will do the invoicing and billing actually. So this is how the total revenue lifecycle generation lifecycle will look like. Moving to the now my next slide deck, where we are going to talk about the Revenue Cloud element. And these are all components which is related to our catalog management. We will see the how to create a product catalog, how to create a category. And then we will also talk about the pricing model, what all pricing model that we can configure. After that, we will have the CPQ engine. In that CPQ engine, we'll see how to configure the deal, how to get the approvals internally. And then we are going to propose that code to our customers. And after that, we will run the CLM process called Contract Lifecycle Management process, where we will see the clause management creations, the document management and everything, and the document versioning part. After that, once you have your contract get activated, then we need to also generate an order for those quotations. And here we do have also called advanced order management, and we call order fulfillment process. And the order fulfillment process will talk about the order decomposition and orchestration. And then once the order is being activated, then your asset lifecycles comes into the pictures, where the asset record is created under each customer account. And from the customer account asset record page, we can do the renewals, we can do the amendment, we can do the uplift quantity, we can decrease the quantity, we can do the add-on sales. That part we will discuss in the asset lifecycle management part. And in the billing, we are going to discuss about how to set up our billing schedule policies, your tax schedule, your tax policies, and everything, including our bill generations and the invoice generation part. That we will see in our Revenue Cloud Advanced Training Program. Let's move forward with the next slide deck, where we are going to see that, okay, this is how our product catalog management application will look like. This one is a very intuitive UI that Salesforce RCA gives us. In that product catalog management, we can run through our catalog, we can create categories, we can create products, we can define our product selling model, including our product configuration flows, including our expression sets and the index and search engines. So we will discuss in detail about how this product catalog management will look like. In that RCA fundamental, we will introduce you about what our licenses are being required, what our permission sets are required, what our permission set licenses are required. We'll discuss. And then after that, we will create a catalogs, categories, subcategories, product specifications. We'll discuss about the advanced configurator and the standard configurator. Where the advanced configurator, we will talk about the CML editor, and that CML editor JSON through we can hide the attribute, we can set the attribute values, or we can set the pick list values of those product configurations bundle product. And after that, we will discuss about this is how our catalogs and categories will look like into our Salesforce in our RCA. And once we see in the quotations, we'll see the browse catalog option. In the browse catalog option, we'll see how these catalogs and category will reappear. And then later on, we'll discuss about the other topics also. After that, we will talk about the managed product and qualification rule and the RAM product. In the managed product, we will see how to create a static bundle, the dynamic bundle, your product selling model, the bundle component, and the product hierarchy. We will also talk about the all cardinality of your bundle product setup, including qualification rule and the qualification criteria. We'll talk about the disqualification rule, decision tables, and everything, where we are going to set that, okay, these are all list of product will be visible for this particular customer segment. And then we'll also talk about the RAM product. In the standalone product, if you see this headset is our standalone product. And if you are going to talk about the bundle product in a cyber security, endpoint security product, is a bundle product, I do have the different what you call the groups. Under each groups, I do have the different component in it, and these components are individual product, which is called the Singularity Forensic and the Singularity Enterprise. So these are all products that we have added as a component into the bundle actually. So these are all configuration we'll see in detail, including our pricing part also. Now in the RAM product, as you know that in a RAM, we can sell a single product with a different segment for the different year, for the different custom year, or for the different trial period also. We'll talk about how to configure those RAM product into the system in detail. Now moving to our next slide deck, where we are going to set up our product configuration attribute, how to define our managed pick list values or pick list values or product classifications, including the product attribute definitions, including our attribute categories also. That attribute category are going to give us a flexibility for the sales rep to configure our product bundle end to end, where we see that if you see this particular screen, where we see that, okay, I have the display one category called display category, then graphic, the memories, and the processor and storage. And all these display, graphic, memory, processor, storage are belong to the one attribute class, and that attribute class we do have the attribute definitions, and those attribute definitions have the different attribute called pick list values or checkboxes or currency type or number type. So these are all attributes we will discuss, and how we are going to associate that attribute with the bundle product we'll discuss in detail. And after that, we will talk about our pricing management and the price waterfall, the pricing elements, where we are going to talk about the building block price, about all the price waterfall model, where we are going to talk about the cost book price, the price schedule, the attribute based adjustment or managed bundle based adjustment, the pricing discount calendars, including the formula based pricing, the contract based pricing, the subscription pricing, the manual discount that you are going to run through. And those price waterfall will give you the end-to-end picture about, and where you can do the resequencing of those what you call the building blocks of the element of the pricing procedure into the Salesforce revenue setting. Now in the pricing, if you see, if I go and see about the attribute based discounting, if I have given, there is, let's suppose I have a keyboard which is a US type or UK type. If I have a US keyboard or UK keyboard, you can apply the adjustment of 10% or something that we will discuss in detail, including our volume discount. Let's suppose if I say like a 1 to 10 quantity, let's say give us a 10%, or 20 to 50 quantity, let's give us a 10%. So these are all we are going to discuss about the attribute based discounting, the volume based discounting, the bundle based adjustment, your line label discounting, the manual discount that you are going to give. And then we do have called derived price, which is called the percent of total pricing actually. Again, we will discuss about that derived price, how you can configure into the Salesforce RCA model. Now in the rate management, where we are going to discuss about the rate card and the rate procedures, and that rate card and rate procedures, we will also assign that to the usage, and that usage we will have the usage management part. In that usage management setup, we'll set up all these usage consumption based pricing, the grants and everything, and that usage and grants will run through, and will showcase you how this will appear in our browsing catalog option. Including that, I will also discuss about the dynamic revenue orchestration. In that dynamic revenue orchestration, we will see our order fulfillment process. In the dynamic revenue, we will have one dynamic revenue orchestration fulfillment, what you call setup application, and that setup application will tell us, okay, how our product decomposition will look like. And for each and every bundles product, we do have the different what you call the fulfillment lifecycle, and that fulfillment lifecycle will give us an end-to-end picture of our fulfillment processes. And each fulfillment process will have the fulfillment what you call the swim lane, and each swim lane have a different step that they need to follow, right? So that part we will see in a swim lane, how to create the steps, how to associate each steps with the previous steps. That process we'll discuss in detail. Now for the usage part, that I already told you, the usage and usage product with their usage grants, and that grants which is already been given to the product. But apart from that, if there is any extra uses are being happened, then how it is going to be appear and how it is going to be calculated actually. So that part we will see how to configure into the Salesforce RCA. And in the advanced approval, we'll talk about the advanced approval part. We'll see how this advanced approval can be set up as a approval orchestration flow, and that approval orchestration flow we can set up what you call the one level approval or two level approval or multi-level approval, including we'll talk about the parallel approval or sequential approval. We'll also talk about the smart approval in picture also. Now coming to the part called transaction management, where we will see that how to create a code, how to create edit the code, how the code is going to sync with our opportunity, and how the product discovery and the configured product will happen. And then we'll see how to create an order and how to manage our asset end-to-end. In that preview approval process, you will see that component, what all component are being needed, or what all LWC component which is given by the package itself, and that package we are going to enable in our RCA quote page layout, and we'll see all these preview approvals component into our Salesforce RCA quotation. After that, we talked about like our DRO order fulfillment, where we see that, okay, I have a Cisco fulfillment process. In that, Cisco procure is one of my sim lane. In that Cisco procure, I do have the Cisco product has to be analyzed, and the procurement team has to procure the item and component. And once the procurement has been done, then your shipment has to be done, and including your shipment has to be scheduled actually, right? So these are all sim lane processes that has to be followed for the particular what you call the order management, order fulfillment process. In the quote approval orchestrations, as you know that we do have the quote approval orchestration as a new features into the Salesforce, and through the approval flow process, we can define the all multi-level, all the parallel approval or the sequential approval, including the our what you call parallel and as well as sequential approval, including our smart approval also. We'll discuss in detail. Now, not the last is here. So we are also going to talk about how to set up a billing and the billing policies. We'll also talk about the tax setup. We'll discuss what all payment term are being needed, and then we'll set up those payment term, the legal entities. We'll also do the preview invoice part. We'll generate the PDF of the invoices. We'll talk about the managed credit memos and debit memos. We'll set up those payment schedules and apply the payment on the posted invoices. So we'll post that invoice, and we'll see how this invoice payment are going to be reflected and adjusted to our invoice line item. And then we'll also see about our billing schedule. As a next, we will show you the demo. We'll create a one bundle, and then that bundle will see what all component are being needed or what all steps are required to configure that bundle. And then we'll also talk about the pricing setup. We'll discuss about the attribute-based pricing and the volume-based pricing. And let's...
it looks like your Wi-Fi name or password has changed. To update your Wi-Fi information, go to the Alexa app.
Let's discuss in detail again, and just wait for a moment. We'll run through your demo end to end. Thank you so much. So as a next step in the demo session, we are going to discuss about the product catalog management. In that, we will talk about to create a bundle product into the system. So let's navigate to our Salesforce. In the Salesforce, I do have the product catalog management as an application. Once you select that, you will have the one nice intuitive UI for the product catalog management. Let's click on a product and let's start creating a product into the system. What I will do, I will create a one cybersecurity endpoint bundle. So let's create a commercial product. This is my initial name. I can go and put my initial name here, AB. and then we'll have the product code. Make sure you are going to select all these product families and everything. And this is our bundle as a software subscription product. And configure during sale, it should be allowed as a pick list values. It should be allowed so that whenever you are going to configure that product, that will be available to our browsing catalog options where we are going to configure that bundle actually. And then we are going to select our
product type. Product type to your left side, yeah, as a bundle.
एक बार दोबारा रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा.
ठीक है.
Give me. अभी क्या यार वो ना. All right, so in my previous demo we discussed about our bundle configurations, and after that we are going to discuss about the pricing part. In that pricing we will talk about the bundle based pricing, the attribute based pricing, and the volume based pricing actually. So to start with the volume based pricing, I would like to just give you the one example of the laptop bag. So in the laptop basic bundle I do have, in that laptop basic bundle I do have the laptop bag as a product. If I come back here, so if I go and select my hardware catalog in my quotations in the laptop, I have the laptop basic bundle. If I click on a range icon, then I can see the laptop bag, which is a cost of 15.26. But if I go and add to the particular what you call the bundle, it is going to be adjusted actually. So that part we will see how this is going to be reflected in our pricing part. So in order to do so, we have to come back to our volume based bundle based adjustment. In that bundle based adjustment, you need to just make an entry here. So come back to the bundle based adjustment and then come back to our related object related tab. In the related tab name called bundle based adjustment. So we have created a one bundle based adjustment of the $5 element. So come back and see how the bundle based adjustment that we have done for that particular product called laptop bag. In that laptop bag, we are just adjusting the $5 as a discount for if you are going to purchase along with the bundle bag also. The bundle bag price is basically our laptop bag. Sorry, laptop bag price is basically the $15. But if I go and add this particular child product with the bundle product, we will have that 5% $5 as a discount in the laptop bundle product. So if I come back to my this particular product catalog, if I go and add this laptop basic bundle, in that laptop basic bundle, if I select my laptop bag and let's hit instant pricing, in that instant pricing, let's click on save and exit. Let's click on add product here. So if I select my add product, so if you see my laptop price was $15, but I gave my bundle get adjusted with the $5. So I'm giving a $5 as a discount with help of my bundle based adjustment here. So after bundle based adjustment, let's discuss about our next topic called hide attribute, attribute based adjustment. So in the attribute based adjustment, you have to again come back to our attribute based adjustment tab. In that attribute based adjustment, you need to create a one record for the attribute based adjustment, where we are going to showcase you the list of all attribute which is going to be appear for my laptop. And whenever you are going to select all these laptop with this particular what you call display type, and the display type of display size of 13-inch, and the display is for built-in display, and the graphics this one, and we are going to select the 1 TB as a hard disk, and the RAM will be, your memory will be 8 GB memory. Based on this configuration, what we are going to give, we are going to just override the price to the 1200 as a dollar, because I am just scaling my price. So in order to do so, in order to check further how these price are being scaled, you have to come back to our again test code. Let's click on a browse catalog. In the browse catalog, come back to our hardware catalog, select next options to browse all my product. So I was talking about our attribute based pricing, and then we are going to select our laptop product, and that laptop product is going to be, I have to select, actually come back to our laptop category. Let's select our laptop product, click on a wrench icon, and then let's see and verify all these attributes here. So if I come back and select my display as 1080, so let me come back to the our attribute based adjustment. In that adjustment, I need to just select the exact piece of data. So 180 is my built-in display space. So this part is done, and then the screen size is 13-inch. This is also done. And then we are going to select the graphics here. Let's come back here, the Intelli XE, and then I do have the SSD hard drive 1 TB. So memory, the processor will be processor and memory. So here we are going to talk about our graphics called Intelli Irish one. So graphics Intelli Iris is fine. For the memory, let's discuss about the memory here. In the memory, we are going to talk about RAM 8 GB. So RAM 8 GB is selected, and then the CPU will be i5. i5 is selected, and then we are going to the last option call our 256 GB hard disk. So here we have call so these are all SSD hard drive 1 TB that I had to select. SSD hard drive 1 TB. All right, so once you are done, just hit a instant pricing and save and exit. So you see the 1200 that I have adjusted my pricing based on my what you call the adjustment, attribute based adjustment. So whenever you have any use cases where you like to run your criteria that I need to adjust my laptop bundle or my product based on the attribute based pricing, so that attribute based pricing is going to help us to override your pricing based on the attribute that we have given to the Salesforce. So after you have configured your attribute based pricing, let's come back and discuss about the volume based pricing. So volume based pricing is basically the quantity based pricing. So the quantity based is basically we are going to give us a discount here, right? So in order to do so, let's discuss about our quantity based discounting called volume based discounting. So here we are going to, I would like to take one example called AI specialist certifications. if I open this particular product, so let me show you the pricing for this particular AI specialist product, and then we'll create a what you call the volume pricing, volume based adjustment, and that volume based adjustment will override the price actually. So here the current price is $2,000. If I come back to my Salesforce, I will go to my standard volume based adjustment. In that volume based adjustment, I need to make an entry. So before that, I would like to just deactivate my volume based adjustment, and then come back to our adjustment tier. I need to create a new volume based adjustment here record. So so let's create one volume based adjustment for 11 to 20 records, and this is what AI specialist certification that I'm going to do, and let's hit save button. So once you have created your new record for volume based adjustment, come back to your standard volume based adjustment detail, and let's hit activate button. Once you have make it activated, you need to update your decision matrix. So come back to your decision matrix. So these are all decision metrics that you have to update, because if you are updating our attribute based discount entries, so you have to come back to the attribute based discount entries. If you are updating our volume discount entries, so you have to update your volume discount entries lookup table and decision table. And for the bundle base, you have to update our bundle based adjustment. So here we have to update all these three, what to call lookup table and decision table one by one. So let's refresh this one. All right, come back again to our, after attribute base, let's come back to our volume based decision entries. Let's refresh. Again, come back to the bundle based adjustment. Let's refresh this one also. So once we have refreshed all this one, and let's try to see the one that I was talking about, our volume based discounting, where we have override the price actually. So let me just come back, and then I will showcase you our adjustment here. So I was talking about the volume based adjustment. Okay. Let me close couple of buttons that we have opened here. I have opened multiple tabs. I would like to close it first. This one is done. The price book entry table is done. So I was talking about our volume based entries. So volume based entries that we have already refreshed that one. So these are all parties done. Let's come back and let's test for our AI specialist certificate. So this is my AI specialist as a product. So I will come back and see this particular product is available in my training categories and catalogs. So if I come back and let's add my product here. So if I come back here and let's click on browse catalog options, and then we have software, not in the software. Let's come back and service. 1 second. I need to see whether it is available. Okay, this is how it is been appear here. I need to select and increase the quantity. This time I would like to give us a 15 quantity and click on add button. So if I give us a 15 quantity, I have to receive the quantity based discounting. So if I see here, the pricing all 20% discount that I have applied here with help of our bundle, with help of our what to call the quantity based discounting. So your quantity based discounting will run here. So volume based discounting. In that volume based discounting, I just discussed about if I'm going to give us a 11 to 20 quantity in between, then I need to apply the 20% discounting. So $400 is the discounting get added with help of this particular volume based discounting. So these are all three models that we have discussed. There are many more other discount adjustments or pricing adjustments are there. We'll discuss in detail. And thank you so much. Thanks for joining this training. All right, so as a next step, we are going to give you the demo about our advanced approval in RCA. In the advanced approval, you need to create uh, three rules. One is the to get the records. Okay, so to get the records, we have created a get approval as a name. We need to get the all our quote informations set in a variable. So once you have set it in a variable, you need to come back to our the second flow that you need to create. In that second flow, we are going to update our all status of our code, where we are going to pass our code approval status, which is in review, approved, and rejected. And once we have updated all these update records, and then you have to create a new flow, which is a RCA approval orchestration. In that approval orchestration, you need to create this particular step process. In that step process, we are going to check our logic for the discounting. If the discount is greater than 25, I would like to submit to my manager here. So in that steps, I have added my steps called let's go ahead and submit for my approval here. So this is what I have been submitting to myself and locking the record for the my manager approval. And accordingly, I have also before submitting, I need to change the status to the in review. So we are calling our API. So these are all step processes that we have set up, and we do have also set up for the auto approval. If it is there is no criteria is been met, you can go ahead and approve the record totally. So before we come back to our test part, so I would like to open my code. In that code, I have already added my quote line item. In that the quote line item, I have already given us a manual discounting of 50%. If the code is greater than 25%, these are all approval process will be flow and the step will be executed. So come back to our approval steps. In that approval steps, you have the work guide, including the approval workflow. You can see the preview options. So in that preview, it will show you the which particular user to whom we have been sending this particular one. So we do have the manager approval, which is been triggering from here. And after that, let's go ahead and submit for an approval. So once you have submitted, let's put your comment. Please approve the code and hit submit button. Once you have submitted, let's go ahead and refresh for a moment. And let's go and preview one more time. And let's see. Still, I need to refresh first. Let me come back and refresh this screen. And if I come back to the approval, you see I have submitted to this user here. And then I can also go and preview my approval to whom I have submitted. So these are all parts that we can analyze. And let's suppose if I would like to approve, because I am an admin, so I can go ahead and approve our approvals also. So once it is being approved, our approval will be moved to the next work item actually. So let me see and refresh. So once we have refreshed this one, so my approval has been triggered and this is got yet approved here now. So after approval, you will see the approval has been triggered and completed actually, right? So this is all about our approval processes for the advanced approval, where we need to create RCA advanced approval. In that advanced approval, you can manage your parallel approval, you can manage your sequential approval, you can manage your smart approval also, right? So this, with help of this particular, these are a component that we are going to define and design. And in order to set up that advanced approval, you need to create a couple of Lightning Web component and Visual Force Space component and the FS classes. So those Lightning Web component, the one that you clicked on this one. So this is the one of the Visual Force Space that you can also create in a Lightning Web component to update that end-to-end UI and then hit for submit button to get this trigger for the code for the submission for an approval. So these are all topics that we have covered in our demo. And next, let's see about how to hide the attribute and the validation that we are going to trigger and how to auto set the attributes and hide the product attribute. We'll see in detail, and then let's meet for the next demo session. Thank you. All right, thanks once again. So I would like to just give you the demo on advanced configuration rule, where we are going to discuss about the CML editor. In this CML editor, we'll discuss about hide attribute value, And we will also discuss about the set attribute value. We will also disable the product in the bundle, and we'll also hide the component from the product bundle actually. So in order to proceed further, I would like to just discuss couple of use case scenario. I already have the laptop pro bundle. In that laptop pro bundle, I have a laptop as a component. In that laptop component, I do have configuration attributes. So those configuration attributes are display size as a pick list values. If the display size is the pick list values has been selected as 27 inch, we are going to hide these two attributes, the 2K build display and the 1080 built-in display for the display attribute value actually. So my display size and displays have a different two pick list values that I will show you in the laptop pro bundle. So that part I will showcase you how you can hide that attribute value in our simulator. So let's go to our Salesforce and then see the result. So before we jump onto the laptop pro bundle constraint bundle, so I would like to showcase you how our bundle will look like, and then we'll discuss in detail. So I'm going to click on a browse catalog from the code, and then I'm opening my hardware catalog. In that hardware catalog, I do have a product name called laptop pro bundle. In that laptop pro bundle, if you click on a wrench icon for configurations button, in that configuration button, you have the different what you call the group here. So you have the laptop group, the accessories group, and software group. In that laptop group, you have a one laptop here. In that laptop, you can see that it is again a configurations options you have. In that laptop configuration, you can see I do have the 1080 my display, and for this particular display, I do have a screen size also. Right, so these are all display. In this display, you can see I have three pick list values: 2K build display and the 4K build display, and the 13-inch size, and 15-inch, 24/7 inch, and 27-inch. And then we do have the graphics and memories and processors. In the memory, you can see I have the RAM 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB. So whenever you are selecting and updating your values, so your memory and display size, these are all values will be appeared here correctly. And then you have your processors. Accordingly, if you are setting up any processors, you will see the result here as a selected options. And then we do have our storage also. In the storage, we have the SSD hardware, hard drive 1 TB, SSD hard drive 2 TB. So these are all what you call the pick list values that we have configured for all laptop configuration attribute values. That attribute value we are going to learn about in our CML editor called Advanced Configurator, how you can show and hide or set the attribute or pick list values and hide that pick list values. So let's discuss one by one. So our requirement is to display. We need to just what you call hide the attribute, and then once you hide the attribute based on this display size called 27 inch, you need to hide these two values called 2K and 1080. So if I come back to my here, and if I select the 27-inch my display size, so if I go and select my display size called 27-inch, from this one I would like to disable 1080. 1080 has to be disabled, and the 2K build display has to be disabled actually. So these two will be we need to hide that one. So let's see how we can go and hide the attribute value into the system. For this one, you need to go back to our configuration constraint builder. In that constraint builder, we have already defined that how to hide the attribute pick list values. So for this one, we are going to just hide the pick list values for the 27-inch display size. So I'm going to enable this logic called display size is if it is 27-inch, hide the attribute of display 2K build and the 4K build. So these two options will be disabled and will be hidden automatically after selection of the 27-inch. So let's save this CML and then activate this part. And once we have saved and updated, let's come back to our code again. In the code, let's come back to our laptop pro bundle, and then return to the code, come back here again, and let's reconfigure that bundle and see the result. So if I go and select my laptop pro bundle, if I go and select my 27-inch, as of now, I can see the entire all pick list values in my display. But if I go and select my 27-inch, I can see those two pick list values are not available now, right? So this is the one part that I would like to showcase you, how to hide the attribute pick list values. Now, as a next step, what I have to do, as a next step, I would like to discuss about the set attribute values. In that set attribute values, I would like to give you the use case where my display size is 27 inch. I would like to set the storage as SSD hardware 2 TB. So if I come back to what you call, if I'm setting 27 inch, in that scenario, I need to what you call, I need to set my storage as SSD hard drive 2 TB. So for this one, I do have the SSD hard drive 2 TB. This one has to be selected if I go and select the 27 inch actually, right? So this is what my requirement it is. So let's come back again in the constraint builder. I go and just write a preference as a rule criteria as a JSON. I need to modify. I need to disable first before I make any changes. So let me deactivate this one first. After deactivating, let me make a preference here. So if my preference is that I would like to set my attribute storage attribute as SSD hardware 2 TB if my 27 inch display size is been selected. Once you have updated your constraint, let's go ahead and activate it. And let's come back again and reconfigure your bundle. So if I come back to our Laptop Pro bundle, come back to the return to the code, and let's again go ahead and configure it. In the laptop, I need to again come back here. If I go and select my 27 inch, so as of now, you see SSD hardware drive 256 GB is by default been selected for the 13 inch. But if I go and select the 27 inch, it should automatically change to the our value, the SSD hard drive 2 TB. So now you see my storage got selected automatically, SSD hard drive 2 TB with help of this particular constraint window. And the rule is basically we need to have a preference. So this is the, with help of preference, you can set the attribute for the pick list values. So now let's move to our next topic that we would like to cover here. So after setting up this attribute, I have another requirement called disable product. So in this particular disable product, what is my use case? The use case is basically I need to, if the laptop is not compatible with the warranty, so I need to disable that product actually altogether. So let's see if my laptop is being selected, then in the relation, I need to, for the warranty type, we need to disable that warranty product actually. All right, so in order to do so, I would like to showcase you one more time here. So if I come back to the Laptop Pro bundle and come back to the accessories. So here you see I do have the warranties available here for the particular laptop, right? So in the laptop, if I have selected, my warranty is still been appearing here. So my requirement is I need to disable the warranty product if I am selecting my laptop product actually. All right. So let's come back here, and I would like to just make the changes in my CML editor. All right. So for CML editor, I need to just disable that warranty product for my disable my warranty product based on my laptop. So this is the rule that I have written. So rule is for the laptop product, it's been selected, then need to disable that relationship is called warranty type or warranty. So that warranty that I need to disable it here. Let's make it save here and then get it activated. Once you have activated, let's come back and test this out. So again, come back to the return to the code, click on OK, come back to the Laptop Pro bundle. And if I have selected this laptop here, so now you see I cannot select any warranty product as my laptop is already been selected. So I cannot, this got disabled automatically with help of this particular ruling and constraint rule. All right. So as a next topic that I would like to configure you and discuss about our next topic called after disable product, we would like to discuss about our next option called one second, call hide the attribute, right? So how we are going to hide the attribute? Let's come back again and discuss about hide the attribute, hide the entire product. So in this particular hiding the entire product, I would like to hide the entire printer bundle if the laptop is get selected. So let's come back here in the CML editor. Let's deactivate it then again, and then we'll see. Okay. So what we are going to do for the laptop, we have the printer bundle. In that printer bundle, I would like to disable or totally hide that entire product itself. As of now, you guys can see the entire printer bundle, right? So the printer is still being available, but I would like to just hide the entire printer bundle. Actually, I do not want to show the printer bundle. This one is, we talked about how to disable it, but this time, once the moment the load is happened, we are going to remove this particular printer bundle altogether. Actually, we will make it hide from the selection itself. So let's come back again, return to the code, come back to the screen. Let's reconfigure it, and let's see the magic. So now the laptop is selected. My warranty is being disabled, but this time I cannot see my printer bundle actually, right? So this is what the printer bundle that we have configured in as a component into my system. So printer bundle is got hidden. That component is totally entirely got hidden by my constraint ruling. So this is what I have to achieve through with help of our what you call the entire logic, where we have discussed about in advanced configuration rule. We have to hide the attributes, set the attribute values, disable the product, and hide the product. So these are all 4 topics. There are more advanced configuration rule. We'll talk about the warning messages, the informative messages, and the error messages. Those validation rule we'll discuss in detail. Thanks once again. Thanks for joining this training program.